This is what will happen when you confront a narcissist. But before I get into today's video, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I come up with more videos. And usually my content is about self-improvement, mental health, relationships, supplements that help mental health, such as anxiety and depression. And it's all from my own experience, right? That's what I'm talking about here. I'm not diagnosing anyone. I'm not telling anyone what they are. And I'm just telling people what's worked for me and my experiences with things. And today is going to be a video about my experience with narcissists. But one more thing, Radical Self-Respect coming out very soon. I just finalized the last day to record the audiobook, so that'll be pretty cool too. So what will happen when you confront a narcissist? First and foremost, they're going to try to dismiss what you say. Because narcissists, they only want supply. Right? So say, for example, you want to communicate a want or need of yours to them. They're going to try to dismiss it and tell you maybe something like to relax or just something so they don't have to listen to what you have to say, because at the bottom of this, they don't care about your wants and needs. Simple as that. But if you probe them a little further, you'll actually begin to find more of what they really think and feel. So what they really think and feel, though, is if you want to communicate a need or a want, which this is a normal thing to do in healthy relationships. You communicate what you want, you communicate your needs and how you'd like things done. And if someone cares about you and values you, they listen and try to do it. Now, they might find some of the things unreasonable, but they'll at least listen, and maybe you'll have a talk about that later. But the narcissist, they won't do that. They'll say you're selfish for having any wants and needs. Because, again, they can't be bothered with your wants and needs at all. They don't care about them. They only want the one thing. They want their supply. That's it. And so when a narcissist tells you that you're selfish for having wants and needs, you're like, oh man, maybe I am being selfish, that I have a want and need. Maybe I am going too far. But it's like, no, you're not going too far, because it's really just gaslighting. They're trying to flip it on you because narcissists can take zero responsibility. Zero. They don't take any accountability. They don't take any responsibility. And so this is why a lot of them remain single for a long time. What else will happen? They'll say the whole conversation, if you confronting them, is a negative convo. This is negativity, and I don't want to deal with this kind of negativity in my life. And they're wrong about that too. Because what is it really? You're having a positive conversation and communicating what your wants and needs are. Confrontation is not negativity. Now, if someone's overly aggressive or doormat responses to conflict, that will be more negative. But just having the conversation, all healthy relationships that have a solid foundation, whether it's a friend relationship, a family relationship, or a significant other relationship, you're going to want to be a part of the same team. And you're going to have those kinds of conversations where you listen to what the other person has to say. And again, if you care and you value their relationship, you might try to adhere to what the other person has to say. But if you don't care, then that's also going to show up in your interactions too. But they also don't just say outright that they don't care. That would be too easy. They got to make you question your own self first. Maybe you are being negative. Maybe you are being selfish. Maybe this whole thing is just something that I've came up with in my head. I am being unreasonable. But it's like, no, and no, for the following 3 reasons. Everyone has their wants and needs, and we communicate to others. We teach other people how to treat us, right? And so when we do that, we're going to talk to people and have a confrontation in some cases about what our wants and needs are and how we want to be treated. And that's just not selfish to do that. That's just being a responsible adult and knowing how we want to be treated. And the narcissists are going to like that. They're going to think that's silly and you're going too far. And then when they try to spin it and say we're being negative, we'll say, no, this is a healthy part of any relationship, is to share and to communicate how we want to be treated. That's not being negative. The fact that they're not listening or receptive to anything that we have to say, that's the part that's really negative. That's the part that they have the wall up because they can do no wrong. They can't just say, oh, you know what? You're right. I value this friendship, so I'm going to try to treat you how you'd like to be treated. No, you will never hear that. You'll hear that you're being crazy. You hear that you're being selfish. And not when they say things like, "Oh, that word want, that sounds selfish to me, and I don't think that's right." It's like, no. Everyone has wants and needs, and I would be the type of person that I would be willing to listen to someone else's wants and needs, as long as I communicate it in a healthy manner. Now, if someone's going to scream and yell about it, that could be different too, but hey, we all should listen, because none of us are perfect. None of us are going to do everything right all the time, and our behaviors are bound to be and to get on other people's nerves sometimes. But how we handle it when we get confronted says everything. And then lastly, with the narcissist, like I said, it's going to be not selfish. It's not a negative conversation. It's just healthy. It's healthy to do that. And if they're not receptive at all, then they've given you every answer you need to know. They're not going to value what you want or need. They're not going to value your boundaries. They're not going to value you trying to tell people how you want to be treated. And that's it. That's really all you need to know about that kind of person. And if they're not going to listen to any of your wants and needs, they don't really deserve to be a part of our lives. It's really that simple. And the whole it's generally a form of gaslighting, but it can be a little more insidious depending on who you're talking to. It might not be a full-blown thing. And other times, they'll try to hide under the guise of spirituality, and that's where they'll use a negativity thing too. It's like, oh, I'm spiritual, and so this is just negative. I only deal with positive. And see my toxic positivity video for more about that, because that's another sneaky thing that happens. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts and your experiences trying to confront a narcissist. What were some of your responses? Because I think it's important to have the antidotes to the gaslighting that they try to throw on us, so that we don't feel crazy. It's like, no, we're not being crazy. We're just trying to teach other people how to treat us, because that's what people who practice radical self-respect, it's what they do. And it's not selfish, it's not negative, and it's not crazy. And it's not going too far. And I can't say those last things loud enough. So with that, thanks for watching the video. And yeah, please comment below if you have experienced similar. So have a good one.